Everyone to Global FX Radio YouTube. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Sorry for the little bit of delay. I had some software problems. Everything's fine. We're all back in action. What a day. What a day. What a doggone day. Man, I love saying that. But I gotta tell you, today deserves it. Euro dollar. The biggest decline in history of the euro. It was down almost 440 pips at one point, I believe. Over 400, I know that. And am I dumbfounded as to the reason why? Absolutely. Yes, U.S. economic data was a little bit better, but the move was happening before then. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, what a move it was. Basically, from the stories I've read and yada, 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 it all basically is because there's no dollars out there. Banks are hoarding dollars. And what that means when they hoard dollars is that when there's demand for dollars that typically banks give, they basically are not there. So very interesting what's going on with the dollar. Is it fundamental? Absolutely not. The fundamentals of the U.S. economy suck. It has nothing to do with that. This is a pure supply and demand market right now. Is it the end of the quarter? Absolutely. But given the free fall, given what we just saw, the free fall, literal free fall in the euro today and the explosion of the dollar, it seems to me like what's going to happen is this is going to be a sell on the news event. It's going to be a situation where the bailout plan happens, there's going to be a ton of dollars released, and that's when we're going to get the big dollar sell-off. How far and how deep this dollar rally goes, well, we got a long way to go till Thursday or Friday. We got non-farm payroll also. So that's certainly setting up to be the linchpin, I think, Thursday, Friday. Heaven forbid Congress doesn't get their act together and get this deal done, and it could get nasty. But again, there's a lack of dollars out there, and I think that's pretty much why you're getting this dramatic dollar rally. As I said in my newsletter today, and some of you said, Andrew, you were bullish on the euro. I was bullish on the euro, and we lost a little money on the euro. But once we cracked through, once we broke through that 143.20 level, it was over. Bye-bye. And we went straight down after that. And if you read my newsletter, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, feel free to email me at info, I-N-F-O, at globalfxradio.com. Be more than happy to put you on my newsletter subscription. But looking at the market right now, look at this euro. It's rallying a little bit right now. The time right now is 5:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, September the 30th. As we look at the markets right now, this euro does look like it's going to have a pop, but I got to tell you, this pop to that 141.50 level looks like a nice short. And I think that 142 would be also a great spot to be short the euro dollar. I don't know if it's going to get there. I think this next burst up we get tonight in Asia is probably the good spot to short. Again, lots of data coming out. We do have data coming out of London. I think that PMI number is a very important number. I think the PMI could be a horrible number. We'll see. Dollar yen, massive resistance at this 107 level. Massive. Right around there. Should we get through 107, we got clear on the daily. You take a look at this daily. We got clear sailing up to the 107.50 level that I see. Take a look at this downtrend channel that this dollar yen's in. Yeah, 107.40. It's coming in a little bit now, actually. No, 107.10, my bad. It was 107.50. Now it's 107.10. So 107.10, 107.20 looks like a monster spot in this dollar yen. Should we get through 107 and we break through 107.20, we go to 108 easy. And again, the stock market's up again. If they pass this thing, there'll be euphoria, yada, yada, yada. Japan's Tonkin tonight. Big number tonight, Japan. I think it's going to be a weaker number, but I got to tell you, I've traded this number so many times, this Tonkin report. Every time it's better. You know what ends up happening? You sell the yen off anyway. So I think even if it's a better number, I think the yen sells off after the Tonkin. I think it's probably going to be worse. They're looking for a negative number on the manufacturing side. That's incredible that they're looking for a negative number. First time I could see Tonkin's negative I think in my experience in foreign exchange over 7 years, I don't think I've ever seen Tonkin that low. Sterling dollar looks like I might want to rally to 78.50. 78.50 is a nice little downtrend channel line spot. You see this downtrend channel line, boom. That's the 10 exponential. So looks like to me like the sterling dollar could get to 78.50. If it takes out 78.50 and 78.70, we might go to 79.50. Wouldn't that be interesting? Do I think it's going to get there? No. I think 78.50 it should stall. But we'll see. Long way to go between now and then, that's for sure. But cable looks like a dead short. Again, with the move we had today, sterling dollar looks like death. We take out 175. We take out 175, and you measure the move. Measuring the move is how much do we bounce? Let's look at the sterling again. How much do we bounce? We bounced over 1,100 pips, right? 1,100. And if we swing down and take out the lows, say hello to 163. I mean, that'll just be a monster breakdown. Monster. Monster. So I think that this sterling dollar, while looking very interesting as a possible buy for now in Asia, I think by the end of the day, sterling is going lower. I don't, maybe it's the end of the quarter. Maybe it was just an artificial move, window dressing, whatever you want to call it. But you don't get this kind of a move and not have follow through, in my opinion. So I think any rallies in sterling should be sold. I think PMI, should it be weaker, and I really don't have that major of an opinion on it, but should this number be weaker, I would imagine that you're going to see euro sterling go up. You're going to see pound dollar get annihilated. So that's a big report there. Obviously, ADP coming out tomorrow is very big as well. ADP. That's the check cashing company. So that should be pretty big. Euro yen on the daily chart. That doesn't look too good either, does it? But listen, the stock market was up over 480 points. One would think that if the carry trade does move with the stock market, which it tends to, and again, the euro sell-off was dramatic today. But if we do get a dramatic move in the yen or whatever, I think that we basically then, I think if the S&Ps are up again, if there's talk of them basically figuring this crap out, I would imagine that we're going to get this euro yen is going to have a nice bounce. Maybe it gets up to today's highs, 150, 150. But again, risk aversion and the big break lower. Amazing though that the stock market was down 770 yesterday, up almost 500 today, and euro yen couldn't even rally. So I could see a little bit of a catch-up play on this euro yen. And again, the Tonkin report I think is going to be huge, very important. The Tonkin, should this Tonkin come out weaker, I would think the carry trade should probably sell off. I think no matter what, after the Tonkin, the yen sells off. So we'll see. Let's look at the hourly chart here. We got a little more time. Remember, if you have any questions about my premium service, I provide almost 12 premium trades a day. Not all of them hit, but I give 10 to 15 trade recommendations every day, and it helps a lot of people with my bias. What my bias is. But euro yen, we got this downtrend channel, and if we can get through 150, I think that'll be very significant, and then we could probably make a move up to 150.50. But obviously, that's a big spot. Obviously, that's will we get there? I mean, it did make a new low today, which is tremendous. We have a beautiful hammer here. I think euro yen probably a buy on the pullbacks. But again, any news stories, any big S&P sell-off probably is going to have an impact on it. And I think, again, this dollar yen's going to be the key. Will dollar yen rally? Well, it's not rallying right now. I got a buy order in dollar yen at 106.05, by the way. That's my premium buy recommendation. Sterling yen also looks like it's rolling over. It doesn't look very good either to me. Sterling yen could roll over, but again, I think it's a buy on the pullbacks. I think any pullback in sterling yen is probably a nice long. Again, with the stock market up, carry trade should be up as well. I think Tonkin's going to be the key, as well as the European numbers, as well as U.S. numbers. Andrew Spanton, Daily FX contributor, Global FX Radio YouTube. Thanks for listening and have a great night. Make some money, baby.